If you ever wondered how to build a more successful fulfillment with your coaching offer, watch this video. In this video, I will break down my strategy that I personally use to operate 6 to 7 figure coaching offers. So if you never heard about me before, my name is Diego and I've been working with different coaches for the past 5 years and I actively operate their offers. So I basically operate their whole fulfillment. I work with some coaches that are doing 100K, 500K, or some of the clients I have, they are doing even over $1 million a month. And I want to break down how I operate them. So we're going to talk about fulfillment, right? So everything that happens after a sale, because a lot of coaches don't even work on this. And then that's why their client success rates are low. That's why they never can really upsell or resell people. And you miss out on so much revenue just not doing this. So let's break this down. Okay. So again, I call it performance-based fulfillment. This is literally my strategy that I developed over the past 5 years. And I want to start with a couple of metrics because most guys, they track nothing on their fulfillment, which is mistake number one. So let's talk about that. So this strategy that I use will increase your CSR. CSR is client success rate. This is one of the metrics most people at least heard of, right? Client success rate means how successful are people in your program. Generally, you need to track that, right? So we have you can increase it because what gets tracked, you can work only with what gets tracked, if that makes sense, right? So make sure you work on that. So client success rate will be higher with this system. You have a faster TTV. TTV means time to value. Most guys have no idea what that is, but basically means time to value. You're gonna get faster results. Okay, so when you increase your results, you can upsell people earlier. Think about it. Let's say you have a 5K offer, right? And you sell this for 6 months. If you get people successful month 3, you already can upsell them. Okay, most coaches don't even do that or don't even understand that. But that's why faster TTV is very important, or increasing TTV is very important. Then you have a longer LTD. LTD is customer lifetime duration. How long does a customer stay with you? It's not the same like LTV. LTV, you probably heard before, customer lifetime value, but duration is important because if your duration is longer, so let's say instead of people stay with you for 6 months, they stay with you for 10 months, it will increase the chance that you even can upsell them. So if people stay only for 3 months, right, you don't even get a chance to upsell them again. So your LTV will your LTV will stay the same, basically, if that makes sense. So always good to have the duration or understand duration within your offer. So let's talk about the strategy. So first, we have your delivery, fulfillment, or operations, whatever you want to call it. You have your coaching, consulting, success team, and your delivery. So first thing here, let me take a caller here quickly, is onboarding. I see so many coaching offers that have a really shitty onboarding. People don't get instant access. They need to wait on different things. People ask weird questions like, oh yeah, I'm the client success manager of blah, blah, blah academy. Hey, what's your name? Or like, where are you from? Like, what the heck? Like, you need to know that shit. That needs to be communicated between sales and the team. So when you welcome someone, it's much more friendly. It's right at the second when they pay money, okay? It's fast. They get a welcome email. They get instant access. Someone reaches out to them, introduce themselves, right? That is what you want to have in the onboarding. And you want to automate most of that so you can literally scale it. Most offers, they are not scalable. They always say, if you talk with coaches like, oh yeah, we could go from 100K to 500K. Really? Are you sure? Because I saw a lot of offers before when they actually scaled, everything fall apart, okay? And therefore, you want to build a good onboarding offer. With some of the offers I run, we onboard over 100 customers a month, and it works really, really smoothly. And we have 3 people on the team. That's it. That's the whole fulfillment team. Of course, we have some coaches, but they're fractional. It's a very good system how we used it there to keep basically the fulfillment cost below 3% of the revenue, which means 97% profits on the fulfillment. But that's for another video. I know this sounds crazy, but that's literally how we run it. Okay. Then you have delivery. You have maybe coaches. You have your CSM. And if you don't have a CSM, by the way, definitely hire that person. Okay. CSM is client success manager. You definitely have someone that manages client success. Now, the problem with the CSM is Most CSMs don't even have a client management system. Client management system is Monday or Asana, or I don't like Asana too much for that, but Airtable or different tools where you have client data. Okay, then coaches that do have a client management system, that have Monday or a Monday board or something like that, they have no metrics, right? Again, you need to have metrics that needs to be automated. Okay, if your client success manager doesn't have metrics, how the heck is he gonna increase the LTV or TTV or client success rate, CSR, and all of these things? He can't. He doesn't even know. He will kind of do it based on intuition and stuff, which again, if your offer is doing maybe like 50K or 25K a month, that is good enough. But once you're scaling, once you do 100K, a couple of 100,000, you should definitely work on that, okay? So with tracking, this goes hand in hand with the client journey system. You definitely want to have a client journey system, meaning you know exactly what people need to do to achieve a very specific outcome. So most coaches, they don't have a specific outcome. So I want to set that. Let's say 0 to 10K is your first goal, your first goal or your first outcome of your main offer. That's your flagship offer right here, okay? So you help people to go from 0 to 10K as a promise, as an example, right? If that promise is fulfilled, they reach 10K, they are successful. Then that means you can upgrade them from here to the next offer, which could be something like, I don't know, like 10K to 25K. But most offers don't have a system where they really understand all of the steps a customer needs to take to actually get successful and actually reach the 10K mark. Because once you build this, it's easy with client success, and your CSM or your whole success team can be run by a handful of people. If you do 100K, you can literally run your whole offer with one person, right? If you do, let's say 500K or $1 million, you probably need 2 to 3 people, because there is usually, like with an offer like that, maybe 600 to 800 active clients. So you definitely need to have some staff, but not too much. But that is how you basically build it. So with this system, then you have client success, right? And client success is the core thing that will let you even do upsells and resells. Because if your people don't get success, if your clients don't even win, they will not buy from you again. Make sense? They will never buy from you again. So this is the absolute main focus of your whole CSM team. And you don't even have to do this. You just need to hire a good CSM, train him, have metrics, and then help him understand what you need to do to get to the actual result. And then, of course, you need to frame that in well with customers so that they understand that they should upgrade once they hit that goal. Okay? And then you have different systems in place. When they reach that, you get a notification, and you also need to track that with your clients, obviously, to then understand when they actually hit that. Okay. Now, I don't want to go too much into detail, otherwise this video will get way too long. But basically, you get people successful, then they have a new need. Something most people don't understand. Your customers, once they hit 10K, they don't need the same stuff. That's why when you sell your 97 a month to stay in the community resell BS, people don't buy it because they don't give a shit. They don't want to stay with you. They already learned everything, or they think they learned everything. And people need something new from time to time. So therefore, they have a new need. You need to have a resell closer or resell setter, use your front-end closer, and then have a resell in worst case or an upsell. That's what you want. And your upsell is this. Your upsell is helping them go from 10K to 25K as an example. And that's your upsell. And this whole system will actually then help you increase your LTV. And so you collect more money per customer and not just one-time transactions. Okay. So I hope this all makes sense, but there's much more I could talk about. I will cover some more stuff in other videos, but this is literally the system you need to build. And start with this. Start with tracking, okay? If you don't have any tracking, that is already red flag. That is already why your whole CSM team or your whole team they don't even have any metrics. How are you gonna achieve anything? Doesn't work, okay? All right, yeah, this is the whole system. So now you can build this all yourself, or if you're too lazy or you don't have any time, reach out to us. We will build this for you. We have a lot of different companies that we work with in the coaching space. As I said, I actively operate different offers right now. We work with very selective clients though. I only onboard 1 to 2 clients a month maximum, and only if the offer is something I can truly connect with and I truly see, okay, like if based on what their system they have, if I implement my system here into the company, it will have much more success, okay? This is it. By the way, with some of these systems, when I use this in one of my clients' systems, I literally made them an additional $1 million in, I would say, 6 to 8 months. Just by implementing this system, because they had more upsells, more resells, instant upsell that did really, really well, and much more client success. And again, data. Data is also helpful, by the way, for marketing, right? You have more proof, you have more testimonials, you have more success stories and everything, which will then help create FOMO, and that will help you pump the whole system even more, okay? And then I haven't mentioned this, but value loop basically means what I talked a little bit about before. You need to have an ongoing value for ongoing revenue. Does this make sense? Because if you only tell people or give people what they already have within here, once they got success, people will not stay. They will leave, okay? They will just leave your offer. But if you create new value with something they actually need, you get ongoing revenue. Okay, value loop is the official term. If you never heard about this before, again, that's kind of like the core structure of this whole thing is to keep people in a loop. But again, it's a positive loop because it's value. All right, that is pretty much it. So yeah, hope that was helpful, and talk soon.